Just like ligament in the body, the connecting tissues, to re-lig or reconnect with the Supreme. That is the real meaning of evolution. And that's what's being spoken of here in this verse. To reconnect with the Supreme. So the atheist says, what do you mean the Supreme? There is no Supreme. So we have to understand, maybe some brainwashed fools and some believing some dogma. What is this? How do we know there's a Supreme? Is there really a Supreme? They may challenge us. No? Prove to me there's a Supreme. We go, well, Prabhupada said, well, who's Prabhupada? I've never heard of him. You see? But there is a Supreme, because Prabhupada said, but who's Prabhupada? I never heard of him. There's so many people, so many religious schools say there's a Supreme. So how do we know there's a Supreme? How do we convince them there's a Supreme? Actually, it's very simple. Supreme means has more, there's more, it's in a higher position, more power, more beauty, more renunciation, more knowledge, wealth, fame. Well, we can just take wealth as an example. You see, the supreme person of wealth is the richest person. Okay. So there's no supreme, that means we all have the same amount of money in our bank account. If there's no supreme, we all have the same exact amount of money in our bank account. If somebody has the most money, they're the supreme wealthy person, you understand? So we can examine, we can go into the bank records and see if everybody has the same amount of money in their bank account. We don't. We all have different. Some of us don't even have bank accounts. You see. We all have a different amount of money in the bank account. So somewhere there's a person who has more money in his bank account than anyone else. You see. If you go beyond this planet to the whole existence, that person is the supreme person. And that's God. Bhaktaram jagatapasam sarva loka maheshvaram. Krishna says, I own everything. Sarva loka maheshvaram. Everything is my property. So anyone else can make a claim and get away with it? That everything is his property? You see? Can anybody pull it off? This planet, this whole planet belongs to me? You see? Krishna can do that. So anyway, there has to be a supreme because we're not all on equal footing. That's a logical argument. So that's an important thing to understand. Why there is a supreme. There's other ways to understand it as well. They say there is no God. So that means, then you mean everything comes out of nothing? It's the whole argument I gave a few minutes ago. The fact that you can't get something out of nothing proves there must be something there from which everything is coming. This is why Prabhupada says our philosophy is substance. There's an original substance from which everything has come. So let us understand then what is the nature of that substance. Just like a gold mine, you get gold out of it. You see. If there's no gold in the gold mine, you can't get any gold out of the gold mine. You see. So that original substance is an existential mind, if you will, from which everything has been extracted. You understand? So, you're a person? Are you a person?
Some of the time.
Huh?
Some of the time.
Some of the time? He's a person some of the time.
Some of the time he's a person.
He's humble. So, you're a person. You just spoke to me, that I understand you're a person. If you weren't a person, you couldn't talk. You spoke to me, you proved you're a person. You may disagree with me, that even proves more that you're a person. You see? So, we're a person. So that means the original substance, the original existential mind must indeed possess what? personality. Otherwise it can't emanate or manifest personalities from itself. Right? You understand? So it must have personality, and if it has personality, is it a person or is it not a person? Have you ever met a rock that has personality? How are you doing this morning, Prabhu? Haribol. No. Rocks don't have personality because they are not persons. Some, of course, some are, right? Sometimes they don't. But in general, rocks don't have personality. In Goloka, they all have personality. In general, they don't have personality. So, therefore we can understand that original source has a personality, and therefore it is a person. So, how do you treat persons? Do you call them it? If I said, how are it doing today? You see? You may tolerate me because we're friends, you see. But after a while you may say, what's going on here? Prabhu, why do you keep calling me it? You see what I'm saying? So in this way, it's not proper etiquette to call a person it. We shouldn't deal with the Supreme as in person when he's a person. So that's the whole point of bhakti. Bhakti means you deal. Yes. You deal with the Supreme in a personal way. That's what all bhakti means. That's all what Krishna Consciousness means. All we're really saying is you should deal with with the source of your existence in a personal way. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Deal with have a relationship with the source of your existence in a personal way. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Now some papers have been passed out for questions. Please write down questions. Now's your chance. Those questions you never wanted to ask, now you get to ask them anonymously. No one will know, and I can't recognize your handwriting. So I'll even shuffle them when they come up. So no one will see, well, the first one handed is and so and so. No, well, I'll even shuffle them. So everybody gets to ask anonymously those questions you would never dare ask in the past. Now you can ask them. Controversial stuff, even political stuff, ISKCON politics, whatever you want. It's a wide open forum. This is your chance. So anyway, back to the philosophical point. The perfection of religion is to have what kind of relationship with that original substantial person? What kind of relationship should you have with that person? One could ask. Well, that person is the source of everything. That person is providing us with everything, so, well, if somebody gives you something and keeps giving you everything you need, how should you relate with them? Just kind of ignore them, turn your back to them. If you don't reciprocate with someone who gives and gives and gives to you, you are exploiting that person. You understand? You're exploiting them. If you take but you don't give, you are an exploiter. You see? Exploiters cannot actually be happy. It's a dirty feeling in the heart. You can't be happy as long as you exploit God. You understand? So therefore one has to reciprocate. You see, there's two things. You can be a lover of God or an exploiter of God. There's no in between. Your choice. You want to be a lover of God or an exploiter of God. You can go either way. Krishna Consciousness means to become a lover of God, and not to become Krishna Conscious means to become an exploiter of God. Now you can call that Christ Consciousness or Buddha Consciousness, Allah Consciousness, same thing. I have no objection. We have no objection as devotees of this movement. We have no objection. They want to say, Allah Akbar, we say Jai, Allah Akbar Ki Jai. We have no objection. Because the Supreme has unlimited name. But the point is, you can't have an exploitive relationship with that person, simply taking, and not giving. Just like there's that song, But you know that song? Give me a Cadillac, a brand new Cadillac, replete with Michelin tires. Give my wife a new silk sari. Give my kids a Harvard education. Give me a house by the sea. Om Jaya Jagadisha Hari. You see? Actually, I did that at one program one evening in Kuala Lumpur, and one Hindu gentleman was very, very angry. Extremely angry at me. Because every night he sings that to his kids, to put him to rest. It's a wonderful song of devotion to God. We pointed out to him the lyrics are actually approaching God, give me this, give me that, give me. And he was convinced, and now instead of singing that song, he chants Hare Krishna 16 rounds a day. Ki Jai. Getting ready to become initiated, actually. You see. So, we should not approach God like them. As a Christian, I was trained the same thing. We're not really picking on the Hindus, okay? Because the same training I got as a Christian kid. My parents said, "Little Stevie," that's what I was called. "Little Stevie, what do you want for Christmas?" I said, "Well, mommy and daddy, I like some cowboy boots, you know." I said, "Okay, little Stevie, now every night before you go to bed, you should pray, 'Dear God, please give me some cowboy boots.'" And sure enough, every night my mother made sure I prayed to God for cowboy boots, you see. And sure enough, on Christmas morning, under the tree, what was there? And I unwrapped cowboy boots made out of a slaughtered cow. And I was praying for it, praying for a cow to be killed so I can put cow flesh on my feet. Unknowingly. Having grown up in the wrong culture. You see. So the same thing in every religion, the Muslims, the Christians, the Hindus, the Jews, the Jains, the Sikhs, everybody goes and said, "God, give me this, give me that, give me. Otherwise, I'm not coming to church anymore. I want to get a raise in my job. I want a job. I want to buy. I want this. If you don't give it to me after some time, I'm going to become an atheist. I'll get even with you. I'm becoming an atheist." You see. So this kind of approach to God, taking God as the Prabhupada calls it, the order supplier. Or we can say the giant 800 number in the sky, 1-800 God. Okay, God, I want this. Send it and deliver it to my front door. But you know what? God will do that. It's stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 22. Ananyaschintayanto mang yejana prayapasate tesham nityapiyuktam nam yogache mam mahamyam. For those who worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, I preserve what they have and I carry what they lack. And Prabhupada explains in one lecture, Krishna will personally deliver to your door everything you need. Krishna personally will deliver it to you. Say, well, come on, Prabhu, I've been initiated, I've been chanting Hare Krishna for many years. I never saw Krishna on my door to bring something. And one may argue, I've been a dedicated brahmachari, I never saw Krishna bring me anything. Well, note the term exclusive devotion. Those who worship me with exclusive devotion. What does exclusive mean? That means I have one love and one love only, and that is Krishna. Everything else is not on the same level. I have one love and one love only, and that is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Every ounce of my love is for Krishna. What about your wife, Prabhu? What about your husband? What about your kids? What about your neighbors? What about your family members? What about your dog? Don't you care about him anymore? Well, as Prabhupada explains, when you love Krishna, then you love everything. When you love Krishna, because Krishna is the root. Krishna is the root of the entire existence. When you channel all your love to Krishna, there was a pop song like that, give me every ounce of your love. when you channel every single ounce of your love to Krishna, then boom, it goes to every single living entity throughout all of existence. Your wife, your kids, your husband, your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters, your country, your dog if you have one. We keep them outside though, so they don't. If we have one, we keep them outside, not in the house. When you give your love to Krishna, then your love goes to everyone. You become the best lover of all living entities, you see. All living entities. So you don't lose by becoming Krishna conscious. You don't lose by channeling everything to that amazing person who's standing on the bank of the Jamuna at Keshigat during the full moon night of the Sharad season, who's so powerful and is so attractive that anyone who goes there to see that little blue boy will completely forget about enjoying society, friendship, and love. You know that warning that one Gopi gave? Or described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. 1-2-239 if you want to look it up. It's one of my favorite shlokas. Right, you know that shloka? Very nice shloka. Smaran Bhangi Trayaparachitam Sachi Vishtirna Drishtim Vamshi Nastadara Kishalayam Ujvalam Vitradekena Govindakyam Haritana Mitaha Keshi Tirtha Prakante Mata Shishtastavayadis Sake Bandhu Sange Stirangaha. Sake means, oh Saki, calling out to Saki. She's calling out to her girlfriend. You see. Oh Saki, Sake, oh Saki. If you have any desire to enjoy society, friendship, and love in this world, then don't you dare go to Jamuna Bank tonight at Keshiga. Because if you go there, you can see this smiling boy named Govinda. He's placing his flute to his lips, which are like newly blossomed twigs. His transcendental body, bending in 3 places, is shining, oh, so bright in the moonlight. Don't you go there, Saki. Don't you go. You see. So this Krishna consciousness is like that, you see. If you really become Krishna conscious, you're going to feel all of your love being sucked away by that, by Manohar. He's the supreme thief. He's the heart stealer. Manohar. One who steals the heart. You will feel that he's like he takes everything away. But that by letting Krishna taking everything away from you, you get everything back. You know that Bali Maharaj, he had everything taken away. But he got Krishna as his doorkeeper. Krishna took everything. The first step took the lower half of his kingdom, the second half, the complete upper half of his kingdom. And now he has nothing else to do except give him his very self. And what is the reward for giving himself totally to Krishna? Vamana Dev. He got pushed into hell. Now here's your reward, now you go to hell. You fully surrendered to me, now here's your reward, you go to hell. But he didn't go to hell alone, he went with Krishna. So he didn't only go to hell. He went to hell with Krishna. He was in hell with Krishna. Is that hell? If you're in hell with Krishna, are you in hell? No. So he didn't really, it appeared that he, from his material view, but it appeared that he went to hell, but actually, he didn't go to hell at all because Krishna went with him. So don't be afraid of giving everything to Krishna. I give everything to Krishna, all I have left. You'll have Krishna. And actually there's nothing desirable except for Krishna. Because anything else you may have, you may try to enjoy, you may try to find shelter of security in it. Anything else you may try to find as your home, it'll all be taken away by insurmountable time. The inexorable wheel of time will crush everything. The time is what? A juggernaut. It will take everything away from you. I guarantee you, time will take everything away from you. Everything. Your house, your car, your kids, your family, your money, your body, your prestige, your PhD degree, whatever you may have, it'll all be taken away by time. So be intelligent, don't be an idiot. Don't be a fool and a rascal. You understand what Prabhupada is teaching us? I can't really say, I'm a fool and rascal too, so I can't really say it on my side. I'm just repeating what Prabhupada said for our benefit. I'm hearing it too. I'm telling myself not to be a fool and a rascal. Because actually as Narottam Das Thakur says, I have no shelter but Radha and Krishna. I have no shelter but Radha and Krishna. We have no other shelter. So be writing your questions down. We'll be coming to the question and answer session very soon now. Alright, the next portion of the verse says, it is everlasting. Avyayam. What does that mean? What's the significance of that? Yeah, we always say, yeah, it's eternal, okay. We always talk, we know that, we just talk, we take it for granted. It's eternal, it's everlasting, yeah, okay. We all know that. No big deal. Nothing new. We all know it's everlasting. So, why should we even talk about it's everlasting when we all know it's everlasting? Do we fully realize the everlasting nature of Krishna Consciousness? That's the question. Have we fully realized it? That's the point. Have we fully realized the everlasting nature of Krishna Consciousness? And the temporary nature of this material world? No, we haven't. We still have the doubts in our heart that we can go and enjoy this material life. You see. What's the proof? That's given by Maharaj Yudhishthira in the Mahabharata. Ahani ahani bhutan, ahani ahani bhutan. Every minute, countless numbers of living entities are being dragged at the court of Yamaraj. But those who are remaining here, they think, not me, I'm going to live for a long, long time here. There's nothing more wonderful than this, Yamaraj said. I Yudhishthira said. Yamaraj inquired of Yudhishthira, Hani ahani bhutani ganchantiya yamalayam shesha shtabram ichchami kimmashtayam atahapadam. Ganchantiya Yamalayam. Ganchantiya means they are being dragged to Yamalayam, the place of Yamaraj. Ganchantiya Yamalayam. They're being dragged to Yamaloka, you see. Ahani ahani. You see. Kimmashtayam atahapadam. There's nothing more amazing. The most amazing phenomena in this world is that even though they're all being dragged to the court of Yamaraj, thinking, not me, I'm going to live forever here. So we are in a state of illusion about the reality. Even though we've heard it, hearing that I'm not this body and actually realizing I'm not this body are two different things. Two different things. One is Gyan, the other is Vigyan. Theoretical knowledge and realized knowledge. We haven't fully realized it yet. We're not fully convinced of the everlasting nature of the Atma. So to hear that it's everlasting is a very important thing. That's why it's stated in many, many places. Like Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 20. Najayate mariyate vakada chinnayam budbhavavitam navuya ajo yang shashvato yang pradano nahanyate hanyamane shivade. For the soul there is never birth, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, will not come into being. He is eternal, ever-existing, undying, primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. So, we need to hear this stuff again and again and again to convince us of what is the actual reality. So Krishna has mercifully given us this reminder here in 9.2. It is everlasting. The process, the knowledge itself is everlasting, and the actual self is everlasting as well, and the relationship with the Supreme is everlasting. And the final point, and it is joyfully performed. Susukam, joyful. I mean to say sukam, joyful, and susukam, very joyful. Prabhupada elaborated on this point. He said, Swami, you cannot find any point that you can say, Swamiji, this point is troublesome. He said, it is simply, he said, you cannot find any trouble at all, it is simply recreation. So that means the Hare Krishna temples are actually recreation centers, you see. Come down to our recreation center. We're having a party tonight, you see. It's simply recreation. You may say, but there's all these austerities, getting up in the morning, washing the dishes, going out and collecting money to pay the bills. How are you going to say it's recreation? Actually, it is recreation, if you're in the right mood. The whole thing is a big party, Sankirtan party. The whole thing is a party. It is actually recreation. The whole thing, everything we do is recreation. Having a good time, having fun. It's a big party going on here, Hare Krishna party. Hare Krishna movement is the ultimate party. And we're partying all the time. You like to party? Come and join us. You'll be in bliss. You see. Come and party with us. We party better than anyone. We take a type of intoxication that doesn't rot your liver. And it's legal. And it's free. We don't have to smoke pot or drink beer. So we don't need to bring a keg of beer to have fun for the evening, you see. We have a keg of Krishna Consciousness, and you can tap into it unlimitedly. Here's your, I'll give you your own personal keg. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
We don't need wine, liquor, marijuana, LSD, or even sex. You see. Ultimately, everyone gives up sex in Krishna consciousness. We don't need sex. It's a temporary thing for some devotees. That's all right, but ultimately we all give up sex. Who needs it? Who needs it? You don't need it, really. Just chant Hare Krishna. It's better than sex, it's better than drugs, it's better than money, it's better than power, it's better than... It's even better than being Brahmaji, the chief demigod of the whole universe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
So chant and be happy. So now they need questions. I promise to shuffle them. I'll keep my word. I'll shuffle them. So I won't even know who the questions are coming. I'm going to put them all face down, shuffle them, that's awesome, man. And we completely shuffle everything. So I won't have any idea where they came from either. Perfect anonymity. Okay, shuffle them. Okay, that's good. All right. Is it allowed to take the life of an animal if it is suffering? Well, let me ask you this: if you're an animal, if you were suffering, would you like to think? Is anybody here suffering? See your hand. Anybody suffering? Okay. All right. Would you like? I have a gun in the other room. Who would like to be killed tonight? Anybody want to volunteer? If you have a headache, I'll blow all your head off with a pistol. Your headache will be finished. You ready? You see what I'm saying? Suffering people, and there are some rare cases that somebody gets real psychologically deranged, but any normal person, in a normal state of mind, say, the doctor said, look, I heard you got cancer, don't worry, I'll cure it right now, just get rid of your cancer, I'm just going to kill you. We have a guillotine in the back room, and we'll take care of your cancer, we cure it immediately. No, it's all right, I'd rather live with cancer